Nokia 7.1 have a 5.84-inch Full HD Plus display with a 19:9 aspect ratio and HDR10 support. The bright and punchy display is one of the highlights of this smartphone. Colors are vivid, viewing angles are excellent, and brightness is more than adequate. It have a 3060 mAh battery and supports fast charging. This one is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 636 processor paired with 4GB of RAM. With this setup, real-world performance is quite smooth and consistent. At the moment, the smartphone is only offered in one configuration with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of internal storage that can be expanded via microSD card up to 400GB. This smartphone will be running Android 8.1 Oreo and can upgrade it later to Android 9.0 Pie. On the imaging front, the Nokia 7.1 features a dual camera setup at the back. There is a 12-megapixel primary camera with an aperture of 1.8 and a 5-megapixel secondary camera with an aperture of 2.4. On the front, the smartphone has an 8-megapixel fixed focus camera with an aperture of 2.0 and an 84-degree field of view. You can record 1080p video with this front camera, and rear module is capable of 4K video recording. The quality of the videos are quite decent. Nokia 6.2 will be launched in October 2019. The phone comes with a 6.3-inch LCD touchscreen display with an aspect ratio of 19:9. It is powered by octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 636 14nm processor. It comes with 4GB of RAM. As far as the cameras are concerned, the Nokia 6.2 on the rear packs triple camera setup consisting of a 16-megapixel main shooter and a 8-megapixel ultra-wide lens along with a 5-megapixel depth sensor. There is a 8-megapixel camera on the front for selfies. This device is based on Android 9.0 Pie and packs 128GB of inbuilt storage that can be expanded via microSD card up to 512GB. It is powered by a 3500 mAh battery with 10W fast charging support. It will be launched in ceramic black and ice colors. This latest Nokia phone comes with a 6.55-inch display with HD Plus resolution with a 20:9 aspect ratio. It features a teardrop-shaped notch display design similar to most budget phones in the market. It is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 665 chipset. The company is offering the Nokia 5.3 with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of onboard storage. For photography sessions, you get a quad camera setup at the back. This setup includes a 13-megapixel sensor and a 5-megapixel sensor. There are two more 2-megapixel sensors, one of them is a macro and the other one is a depth sensor. On the front, there is a 8-megapixel sensor for capturing selfies and videos. Pictures taken with this device deliver good quality when you consider the price range. The Nokia 5.3 runs Android 10 and is powered by a 4000 mAh non-removable battery. There is no fast charging support for this device. Overall, it's a good budget phone. The Nokia 8.1 isn't a successor to the Nokia 8 flagship. The front and rear of the phone is made of glass and there's an aluminium frame holding the whole thing together. Both the front and back have 2.5D Gorilla Glass protection. Nokia 8.1 features a 6.18-inch display with a Full HD Plus resolution. This device has 3500 mAh battery packed inside. Concerning cameras, it's a dual sensor shooter with the main one being a 12-megapixel 1.8 sensor and the second sensor is 13-megapixel one. In terms of video, you can record 720p Full HD and UHD 4K video. On the front, the selfie camera has a 12-megapixel sensor. Inside there is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 710 chipset with 4GB of RAM. This phone has 64GB of inbuilt storage, but the handset comes with support for 400GB of external storage. Nokia 7.2 will be launched in 2019. The phone comes with a 6.3-inch LCD touchscreen display with an aspect ratio of 19:9. It is powered by an octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 660 14nm processor. It comes with 6GB of RAM. As far as the cameras are concerned, the Nokia 7.2 on the rear packs triple camera setup consisting of a 48-megapixel main shooter and a 8-megapixel ultra-wide lens along with a 5-megapixel depth sensor. There is a 20-megapixel camera on the front for selfies. This device is based on Android 9.0 Pie and packs 128 GB of inbuilt storage that can be expanded via microSD card up to 512 GB. It is powered by a 3500 mAh battery with 10 watt fast charging support.